Sigma males are known for their calm, independent vibes, but there are certain things that can push them to their limit. In today's video, we're uncovering the 7 things that annoy Sigma males more than anything else. Trust me, these aren't your typical pet peeves. Stay tuned to find out what really gets under their skin. Number 1. Illogical presumptions. Sigma males are natural problem solvers who operate based on logic and reason. They despise it when people make assumptions without thinking things through or understanding the full picture. For Sigma males, logic is a guiding principle, and any deviation from that, especially assumptions that aren't based on evidence, feels like mental laziness. For example, imagine someone assuming a Sigma male is uninterested in a conversation because he's quiet, or labeling him as standoffish simply because he's reserved. These kinds of illogical conclusions ignore the fact that Sigma males prefer observing and processing information before engaging, and are typically introverted. When people make these kinds of snap judgments, it's like they're undermining the Sigma's intelligence and autonomy. Sigma males take offense because they see assumptions as lazy thinking or even a sign of ignorance. They expect people to approach situations and individuals with more critical thought. Making an assumption is the opposite of thinking independently, and it's a behavior Sigma males actively avoid. They will likely distance themselves from anyone who routinely jumps to conclusions without trying to understand the nuances. Number 2. People who distort the truth. Sigma males have an innate sense of honesty, and they hold truthfulness in very high regard. They don't tolerate distortion, exaggeration, or outright lies, especially when it's done to manipulate or deceive others. They're quick to spot discrepancies, even in casual conversations, and this makes them highly allergic to dishonesty. When they detect someone twisting the truth, whether it's through exaggeration, omission of key facts, or completely fabricating events, it feels like a betrayal. For Sigma males, this behavior is a sign of insecurity. Someone who distorts the truth is trying to shape how others see them rather than allowing their actions and words to speak for themselves. Sigma males find it irritating because they believe that every person should have the courage to be their authentic self without resorting to manipulation or dishonesty. This is particularly frustrating when the distortion isn't a one-time occurrence but a recurring pattern. Sigma males often walk away from people who lie or stretch the truth too often, seeing them as unreliable and untrustworthy. For them, honesty is non-negotiable. If they feel that someone is being deceitful or evasive, they'll disengage, which is why such behavior is one of their major triggers. Number 3. People who force others to accept their views. Sigma males are independent thinkers who don't like to be told what to think or how to behave. They have their own set of values and beliefs, and they expect the same respect for their perspectives from others. When someone tries to impose their views on them, whether it's about politics, lifestyle choices, or even something as simple as work processes, Sigma males can become instantly annoyed. The key here is that Sigma males don't mind hearing other people's opinions. They just don't like being told what to do or how to think. For example, a Sigma male may enjoy debating or engaging in a discussion about different viewpoints, but if someone keeps repeating their point and insisting that it's the only correct way of thinking, that's when the Sigma male starts to withdraw. For them, this kind of behavior shows a lack of respect for individual autonomy. They believe that everyone is entitled to their own thoughts and opinions, and they don't appreciate anyone trying to force their way of thinking on others. A Sigma male sees this as a form of intellectual coercion, and since they value freedom of thought, they avoid situations or people that try to suppress their autonomy. Number 4. Overly emotional people. Sigma males are often characterized by their calm demeanor and ability to stay composed in stressful situations. They don't shy away from emotions, but they prefer to process them internally rather than displaying them outwardly. As such, they can find people who are excessively emotional or prone to drama incredibly draining. When someone reacts too emotionally, whether through anger, frustration, or constant tears, Sigma males may feel overwhelmed by the intensity of those feelings. They don't see emotional outbursts as helpful, especially if there's no real solution to the issue being raised. For instance, if someone is upset over a minor issue and blows it out of proportion, A sigma male is likely to be frustrated by the lack of perspective. What's important to sigma males is finding practical, rational solutions to problems. When emotions take over a situation, it can feel like things are being blown out of proportion and sidetracked from what really matters. A sigma male doesn't enjoy being in environments where drama constantly erupts, as it hinders progress and clarity. They gravitate toward those who can express emotions but still keep things grounded in reality. They also prefer people who can regulate their emotions and engage in conversations without letting feelings cloud their judgment. People who thrive on drama or constantly react without thinking will find themselves at odds with sigma males, who prefer calm, level-headed interactions. Number 5. Incompetent authority figures. Sigma males are highly independent and don't like to be told what to do, especially by someone who doesn't know what they're doing. They have a keen sense of competency and intelligence, so when they're led by someone who lacks both, it creates a serious friction. For instance, a sigma male might be working under a manager who micromanages or gives unclear directions. Instead of feeling motivated, they feel stifled and frustrated because the authority figure isn't providing clear guidance or showing effective leadership. Sigma males naturally assume leadership roles themselves when they see a gap in competency, so they have little tolerance for individuals who are bad at their jobs or who rely on outdated methods. They expect leaders to be knowledgeable, decisive, and willing to listen to the team. When they encounter authority figures who make poor decisions or fail to communicate effectively, it irritates them. The sigma male would rather find their own way to achieve success than deal with incompetent leadership. In many cases, they'll simply disengage and do their work independently if they're not being given the respect or trust they feel they deserve. Number 6. People who ask for their opinion, then get offended by it. Sigma males are known for being blunt and honest in their communication. When they offer their opinion, they expect it to be received as constructive feedback, not as an attack. What annoys them is when people specifically ask for their honest thoughts and then get offended when those thoughts aren't what they wanted to hear. For example, if someone asks a sigma male, "What do you think of my presentation?" and the sigma gives them feedback that isn't all glowing praise but rather some critical observations and the person becomes defensive or upset, it's a huge red flag. Sigma males don't sugarcoat their feedback, but they expect others to handle it maturely. They will become frustrated with people who can't separate their emotions from constructive criticism, especially when it's clear that the opinion given was meant to be helpful, not hurtful. If a sigma male feels that someone is only seeking praise or validation, they'll stop offering their opinion altogether. It's a waste of time for them to engage with people who can't handle the truth or have a fragile ego. Number 7. People who repeat the same thing over and over. Sigma males value efficiency and direct communication. They don't enjoy repetitive conversations, especially if the point has already been made. When someone keeps reiterating the same point, story, or opinion without adding new insights, it can feel like a waste of their time. This is especially frustrating in professional settings or social gatherings where time is valuable. Imagine a colleague repeatedly stating their opinion in a meeting when it's clear that everyone is already on the same page. Sigma males get impatient when a conversation doesn't move forward or when it becomes a loop of repetitive statements. They want conversations to be dynamic and productive, not redundant. To sigma males, repeating yourself shows a lack of awareness or respect for the time and attention of others. It also reflects poorly on one's communication skills. People who are aware of their audience know when enough has been said. Sigma males find these kinds of behaviors tedious and will likely avoid participating in any further conversation if it's stuck in a loop of repetition.